Hey guys, it's TEW2016 here, and welcome to another edition of TNA Make an Impact. We're in the final week of February, heading on towards our pay-per-view for March, which is Victory Road. A couple of the feuds this week progress a little bit more. We start to bring a few things together, as hopefully we have a top pay-per-view for you going forward. Continuing to gain momentum, continuing to increase our importance and our popularity, which is good. As long as we're averaging over a 63 rated show, which we are every week by quite a mile, then we're still on track to get to national, probably at one point this year. So today is 14 segments. We have a big main event, so that is the reason for why there is a lack of segments. Usually they're obviously targeting about 15, 16 of them, but it will be made clear as the show goes on. So we'll kick on. Hope you enjoy the show, guys, and as always, thank you for watching. So we start the show, and I'll get a few rivalries where everyone is coming to a head and really arguing. Chris Jericho's out there arguing with Bram. We've got Drew Galloway arguing with Magnus, who's also arguing with the champion Fergal Devitt. And EC3's just decided, nobody decided to book him last week, so he's going to, just complain and moan that he deserves to be up there and challenging for the championship. So all of these argue together, and this is what our main event's going to be. 6-man tag, so it's a B81 here. The segment deserved better colour commentary. However, it got the show off to a strong start. It got the crowd hotter. Jericho, being the GOAT that he is, being the real star in the segment, and the UK and more and the Best versus Bram storylines both gained a good bit of heat. There were no skill improvements, and the only negative was the poor colour commentary. So our first match of the night was a good matchup that saw Bobby Roode defeat Yujiro Takahashi in 609 with the payoff. This get a B-72, so a good opener there. Bobby Roode with the victory, getting him a 71 performance to the 66 of Takahashi. Roode improves in both flying and performance skills. Overall, just like victory here to give him a bit of momentum and show that he's definitely away from beer money. Next up, just a little argument backstage. EC3 obviously annoyed at the whole situation with the World Championship, bumps into Jay Lethal, and they end up arguing a little bit of a brawl before road agents and staff, get them apart. So a B79 here, maybe foreshadowing something between these two, but obviously EC3 very pissed that he's just not been properly respected since his last title match, and a very good B79 rating. Next up, we've got a music video which is showcasing our newest debutant to TNA Impact Wrestling, which is of course Moose. So we'll build him up from the ground, and we've only got 17 over Moose, so it's going to take a bit of time. But he's a TNA star, we were able to sign him, so quite happy with that, and F+16, so a long way to go. And his debut was a matchup that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, but it saw Moose defeat Caleb Conley in 431 by pinfall with a powerbomb. An E+34, a long way to go. Moose debuts a dual sport gimmick, superstar gimmick. He got an initial rating of average. He seemed off his game, but he's getting better at the gimmick. It did cool the crowd. He only got a 20 rating for in-ring performance to the 36 of Conley. But this is one of those, it'll take a bit of time. A lot of negatives there for Moose, holding back, negative crowd reaction, the poor psychology, the poor selling. This one could be tough trying to get him over, but we'll try our best. Next up, we've basically got an alliance possibly being formed between Brittany Knight and Madison Rayne. Obviously, Madison lost her match last week to Ali, so Brittany is trying to bring her in to their side. So that's a C63, and it got the crowd hotter. So will Madison Rayne be joining with the heel Knockouts? And while this takes place, and about that had some decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat, the team of Sienna and Tanya defeated Gail Kim and Jade in 1208 when Tanya defeated Gail Kim with a quick roll-up. A C-54, pretty good rating actually for the amount of time they've still got to build themselves up. Gail Kim sustained an undisplaced mandibular fracture. Okay, probably butchered the pronunciation of that, but we'll hope that's not too bad. Jade with a 53, Gail with a 59, 41 for Tanya, and a 50 for Sienna. So again, building them up slowly but surely. They're all developing at a fast rate. continues the TNA knockout storyline. So a good win for the champ and our friend Tanya here. Only negative was the inconsistency of Tanya, but a good rating nonetheless. A good showing from the knockouts. We'll see how that injury takes place. This week, Bobby Lashley has a new tag team partner. Spud steps up, and this weekend it was a decent matchup that saw Mike Bennett and Brian Cage defeat Bobby Lashley and Spud in 9:41 when Brian Cage defeated Spud with a flying elbow drop, and Spud was a weak link in this match. A very good C65, again building up the two heels here. So Spud with 36, Lashley with 71, a 53 for Brian Cage and 63 for Mike Bennett, so that's a good rating for them. And the Machine Miracle Destroyer storyline has advanced. So Lashley improves technical and performance skills, but it's a good storyline we've got going here where Bobby Lashley again just can't find the right partner to defeat Mike Bennett and Brian Cage. So a lot of positives there, quite a few negatives as well, but overall a C65 is exactly where I expect them to be at this moment in time. And next up we see Ali, who's backstage with Kellyanne English. She said, we've got that situation where Britannia Knight is trying to get friends with Madison Rayne. So Kellyanne English has been ambushed by the heels before, seeing if she would like to join forces with Team Ali. And that's a D43. Next up, and about had some good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, we had Ricochet defeat Adam Cole in 12-12 by pinfall following botched interference from Kenny Omega. Ricochet makes the second defence of the TNA X Division Championship. So a good win there for Ricochet, a C plus 70. That'll get him some overness. Here the 63 performance, a 71 for Adam Cole, who was slowed down by his injury. More arguments between Omega and Adam Cole, and the BC Next storyline has gained a little bit of heat. So overall a good match up there, a few negatives. Hopefully it's helped in building a couple of stars up. And after the match, as previously said, the two of them keep arguing. They end up coming to blows. Not just security comes down, but the full of the BC tries to split them up. So Takahashi's down, as is Nick and Matt Jackson. They do not want the split of the BC just yet. So that's a C61. Adam Cole came across well. The BC Next storyline advances and lost a little bit of heat, but overall, hopefully, this should help both workers. No need to turn them just yet. This time it was a bout that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Shibata this week defeats Eddie Edwards in a one-on-one match for the title in 12:57. Shibata makes the fifth defence of the TNA national title. So a very good B-74 there. 69 for Eddie Edwards, a 76 for Shibata, and a pretty good rating considering there was a lack of psychology in display. Overall, good matchup. Shibata continues his momentum, and he's continuing to be the dominant champion that we expected. Then we have a promo from the babyfaces going into tonight's main event, which is of course Fergal Devitt, Chris Jericho and Drew Galloway, and they just give their thoughts on the opening segment and say that they are going to defeat the heels. Fergal's going to show he's the best in the world at the moment. He's the champ. Chris Jericho's going to show that Bram isn't quite on his level, and Drew Galloway, says, with all due respect to Fergal, he deserves a title match against him more than Magnus. So B79 gained heat to the storyline, and it advanced the Best versus Bram storyline. And our main event was a superb matchup, as Chris Jericho, Fergal Devitt and Drew Galloway did defeat Bram, Magnus and EC3 in 18-18 when Chris Jericho defeated Bram by pinfall with the codebreaker due to an interference from Jeff Hardy, who returned again to attack Bram. So Jeff, obviously put on the shelf by Bram, attacked him last week, attacks him again, costing him matches here against Jericho. A very solid main event which saw great performances with Drew a 73, an 84 for Fergal, a 79 for Jericho, an 80 for EC3, and a 63 for Magnus, and a 71 for Bram. So overall a good matchup, the babyfaces prevail. Again, it's Bram being screwed over by someone else, and again, it's just more brawls between the likes of Devitt, Magnus, and we still don't have a clear decision on who the new number one contender is going to be. But overall, EC3 improving Rumble skills, a solid main event with a few negatives, and we end the show with a solid B78, which increases our pop in 18 regions. So we've still got 2 weeks to build the card for the pay-per-view. I think you've got a rough idea of the way we're looking to go. We're going to have some sort of stuff between dev it with either Drew or Magnus. We're going to have something between Shibata and some of the Wolves. We have something maybe between Adam Cole and Kenny Omega possibly. Lash will have something with Mike Bennett. So a lot of things to build up. We've got the knockouts as well. So I definitely feel we're on the right path, and I don't want to give away too many spoilers of what we're hoping to book in the next 2 weeks in game. Overall, pretty happy with that. GFW have grown. Let's see what we can see. They're up to regional now. Congrats to them. New Japan, that should be them up to international. Good on them. They seem to do very well in these kind of games. Done very well in my WWE save. In fact, the rivalries with me, the rivals with WWE. Physical, Gail Kim will be out of action for 25 days, so she is going to miss the next pay-per-view, but she will be back for lockdown, so not all bad. But struck gold with the show. Barrett is back, so that's good. We need to see somewhere where we can fit him in. So I didn't realise it was so soon that he was due to return, so we'll see where we can fit him in, get him a little bit of overness, bit of momentum. Gail Kim, obviously injured. Takahashi, feeling the effects of a grueling schedule, and a 4.00 TV rating. So not actually sure where we're going to fit Barrett in. I still might keep him off television another month or so. We'll see. But it's good to know we've got another main eventer back, just to keep building as many stars for the future as possible. But momentum's up to high 68. As I say, the size is always, they've got one into the 60s now. So again, it's just keep going, keep improving, and get international. So that's it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As I say, there's a long way to go in the development of the company, but hopefully you're enjoying some of the storylines, enjoying some of the characters we're getting over. As I say, it's unfortunate I can't type out the storylines anymore, but the time just isn't there anymore, especially with the new job. It's just not doable. But we're back in a groove with TNA, and hopefully we can build up to a very strong Victory Road, and then hopefully an unbelievable lockdown, and then for their Slammiversary, and then a big Bound for Glory in October. But we've got plans ahead. There's plans we've got that are long term. Just got to take time to get to them, but hopefully by then, we can be a national company, possibly look at a second show, bring in some more wrestlers, and just really take this company to where it should be in real life, and unfortunately isn't. So as always, thanks for watching, guys. Any comments are deeply appreciated, either regarding this series or your own. Let us know how you're booking. If you're TNA, who have you signed? What kind of mods you've been using? Is everybody using present day? Who's been using the likes of the Cornellverse, or who's even been using some of the mods that have been about in our community? Which of course you can find on either the Fantasy Bookers subreddit, you can find on the Grey Dog forums, and you can find elsewhere. And as always, any likes, subscriptions, and as I say, shares are all deeply appreciated, guys. As I say, we're not the biggest community in the world, so it's a case of try to support each other. But most of all, more importantly, guys, just keep enjoying the game. As long as you're enjoying the game, that's the main thing. But say until next time, thanks for watching as always. Hope I'll see you next time for some more TNA making an impact. Bye bye.